Greetings, everybody. Welcome into Sports Speaks on a very auspicious day for the sports world. Sravan here with Eric and RJ. We're coming to you for a very special birthday of a quarterback who has spent 20 years in the National Football League by the name of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Gentlemen, good evening.
What's up?
Good evening.
So, as we digress into this very important and auspicious day, we want to remind people to hit that subscribe button down below. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe, find us with the Shield, hashtag Keep It Real. Gentlemen, of course, Tom Brady's birthday. Certain media people are choosing to roll over that, but we will focus on his greatest moments. And Eric, you being a Patriot fan and being from Massachusetts, this has a lot of moment and auspiciousness for you, and I would like to hear your response to this day and your favorite Brady moment.
Well, as far as my favorite Brady moment, obviously every Super Bowl Brady has won has been a special memory for me. But I think my favorite Brady moment of all time has to be the AFC Championship against Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs in 2019. Just because after every game the Pats lost that season, almost every media member, every meme page, every opposing fan was saying, the defense is trash, Brady is washed up, Mahomes is the future. There was so much doubt surrounding the team during that season. And I'll never forget watching Brady's post-game interview after beating the Chargers in the divisional round, that a lot of people predicted the Pats would lose. He said, I know everybody thinks we suck and we can't win any games, so we'll see. Should be fun. I knew right then and there that Brady was going to go into Arrowhead and put together one of the most spectacular games of his career, and that's exactly what he did. That game was an absolute roller coaster. In the beginning, I thought the Pats were going to blow them out. The Chiefs took the lead late a couple times. It was back and forth. D Ford, Edelman almost muffing a punt, Chris Hogan's one-handed catch, and so forth. And then overtime came. Brady was faced with a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 9, and another 3rd and 10, and he got the first down on all of them. When Rex Burkhead busted into the end zone for the game winner, I just broke down. And later on, I find out that after the game, Brady went out of his way to congratulate Mahomes man-to-man and show his respect. It was a perfect representation of not only Brady's ability, but his character as well. And that is my favorite Brady moment of all time.
You forgot one part of that story, Eric. Where he went, there's a bunch of people that worked for the Patriots when he came back. And he walked in and he said, I'm the baddest MFer on the planet. I like that part.
I was going to bring that up. I didn't know if I was allowed to swear.
Not in this case. Before we get to you, RJ, I think I want to bring up my favorite moment on this one. And quite frankly, it just means a lot that, he did what he did for the Patriots organization. As you can see, I'm wearing this GOAT hoodie in honor of him. But to me, the greatest moment of all time wasn't, the AFC Championship or Super Bowl 51, as everyone would say. That would be a great one. My favorite Brady moment of all time would have to be the game against the Seahawks, against the Legion of Boom, who at the time was the number one defense coming in. They had a very strong reputation, and even though Malcolm Butler made the interception, it's just so important for everyone to realize just what this man has done. And that game to me was really important because it showed what he was capable of doing against a strong team, a legendary defense who shut down his arch nemesis the year before. As we look at the other scores of the Super Bowls, he beat the Rams, he beat the Panthers, he got the Eagles, Seahawks, then the Falcons and Rams, which ironically was in RJ's hometown of Atlanta. But that said, it's just really important for everyone to realize this was a guy who went through 6 Super Bowl championships. And yes, everyone's going to laugh at the 3 losses. We saw Michael Strahan's Instagram post today of him over Tom Brady in the Super Bowl 42 game in Arizona. But Michael, to his credit, he's always respected Tom, and that just means a lot. The fact that he was able to do that kind of victory, and I consider that to be his greatest moment because after a decade of disappointments, he found a way to get that championship, won MVP. And the best part about it was all those media analysts, like Eric said, through the years, most of them have either left their job or have taken to social media to vent frustration. But at the end of the day, those tweets, it only shows a level of immaturity. And the one thing I like about us as a group here, not just us three, but Tyler and Zach, the level of maturity that we've shown is similar to Brady himself. We carry ourselves in a proper way, and that's what really I admire about Brady. And so, RJ, I leave it to you with your favorite Brady moment of all time.
Wow. I have a lot, but I want to say Super Bowl 51, but that's the normal one that everybody says. So I'm gonna go to a different one. I'm gonna go to divisional round 2014 Ravens and Patriots, where I'm watching with a group of friends, and the Ravens are coming in. Steve Smith and Joe Flacco, they got the check downs going. They're killing our secondary and our defense. They score 14-0. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then, Brady's bringing them back. He's fired up the whole game. He's ready to fight. Terrell Suggs, he's getting in his face. That's what I love about Tom Brady. And he came back twice in the game, 14-0, 28-14. And that's just one of my favorite playoff games. I can go down a list, but Tom Brady, that's just my favorite athlete of all time. I'll never root against him. It's just so I'm just such a huge fan. Like, you come to my house, it's Tom Brady everywhere in my room, my closet. I got TB12 merch, from his company. I got so many jerseys. I got a Bucks jersey on the way. It's just Tom Brady. He's the reason that I watch football, but he's also the reason why I watch sports. He's just such an inspiration.
Yeah, and if I could bring something else up about that game that not a lot of people know, I read this book chronicling the Pats dynasty and everything, and there's that old tired phrase that Brady is a system QB. But what a lot of people don't know about that Ravens divisional game is after the Patriots went down 14-0, they gave Brady full play calling duties. They gave him full control over the play calling. He brought it back to 14-14. And then when they went down 28-14, they handed the play calling responsibilities back to him. Now, granted, Belichick and McDaniels did a great job with the tricky formations with throwing to offensive linemen. But at the end of the day, Brady was the one calling the plays when they were down 14 points twice. So to say Brady's a system QB is inaccurate because I'm not sure if I got the exact quote right, but the quote from the book is, the Patriots did not build their playbook around Brady. Brady played sorry, excuse me.
He is the playbook.
Brady did not play around the playbook. The playbook was built around him. And you can go ask any member of the organization, and I think they'd tell you the same thing.
And to your point, Eric, about system QBs, everybody's a system quarterback. You have teams draft QBs to fit their system, to build around them. The Ravens, They adjusted their offense to be around Lamar Jackson. The Chiefs, same thing with the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. They take more shots down the field than they had with Alex Smith. They would, it's just, a stupid thing. I just think the whole system QB thing is a bunch of baloney. That's just me.
But I think it's interesting that every Brady moment I know this podcast is dedicated to Brady, but I want to bring up another player because every game that we've mentioned, from my game to Sravan's to yours, has also revolved around Edelman too. Think about it. The Chiefs game,
absolutely.
Two of the third down completions were to Edelman over the middle. In the Seahawks game, Edelman caught the go-ahead touchdown to win the game. And in your game, Edelman threw a touchdown pass to Danny Amendola. I think people really underestimate Julian Edelman, and they see him as a product of Belichick and Brady. But if you take Edelman out of all three of those games that we mentioned, they probably don't win it.
Probably don't win. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also to your point, Eric, about, the playbook and how he called the plays. Guys, he's doing that in Tampa Bay right now. He's been practicing. They started training. He didn't have to report the training camp until Saturday, but he decided his competitive nature and how much he wants to work around these guys. He's like, oh, first week I'm gonna report with the rookies. I'm gonna be training with the rookies. And today, this is I think this is his third time working with Mike Evans. With Gronk and stuff like that. It's his birthday. A lot of NFL players would be like, hey, I'm just gonna go hang out with my friends. Nah, this guy's working hard and training. That's the GOAT nature. That's why he's the GOAT.
Everything you want in an athlete and a leader.
Oh, not to mention, we cannot leave this podcast without mentioning how he told Robert Kraft that he is the best decision that this organization ever made. The balls and the guts, and now he proved it.
And not to mention, Kraft got his name wrong at first. He thought it was Kyle Brady, the tight end. And you know what I find ironic about that is that when Brady said that, when he said, I'm the best decision this organization has ever made, he said that he was coming up the bleachers with a pizza box in his hand.
I didn't know that.
Wow. Tom Brady
Dude, the
eating
documentaries
a pizza
out
after
there.
all the TB12 method diet and avocado ice cream and stuff he's been doing. It just goes to show you how much he's evolved and how much he's changed. But at the same time, he's been the same guy since day one.
Certainly, we got to wish Tom all the best down in Tampa Bay. He's really changed all of our lives, helped us win a few bets. Actually, me particularly, I was able to earn a little cash off Super Bowl 51, which certainly got a lot of people excited at first, aka the naysayer group. But at the end, they were wallowing in pity. And RJ, I know in Atlanta, that was not a happy sight for them, but a wonderful sight for you.
Oh, yes.
And Jimmy G, who Belichick wanted to go with after Super Bowl 51, lost me $50 this past Super Bowl. So,
yeah.
Well, I got 25 off of this one. I made a very small one because obviously graduating from BCU was more important at the time because, trying to be successful here. But as you guys know, we just keep watching, and at the end of the day, we call it like we see it, and we take it as it goes.